Hello everyone, welcome to Telangana Exam Center. Today in geopolitical session, we'll be talking about important area related to war. So here we'll be discussing about India's no first use policy means what versus Pakistan full spectrum deterrence. What does it mean? We'll also talk about why the policy of Pakistan looks very dangerous when compared to India and other developed nations. As I've already told you simple things in one of our shorts, that Pakistan has completely denied any kind of responsibility or any kind of its hand in the Pahalgam terrorist attack. But still, if you see in the news channels and everywhere else, the tension between these two countries are escalating on a very severe manner. India is deploying lot of naval ships near the Lahore, near the Karachi, near the Arabian Sea, whereas Pakistan is getting support from China and Turkey in a very larger way. So both the countries are expecting that they may go to war at any time. So what is your opinion that the country should go to the war or not? Please write in the comment section, and also have a thought that this particular war will benefit India more or will it harm India more? It is very important. When I am talking about harm, it does not mean that loss of life or the capabilities that we have. Remember this point. When I am talking about here harm, it means what? Pakistan, as because it's a rogue nation, suffering from economic crisis, suffer from political crisis, suffer from social crisis, suffer from religious fanaticism. Okay, but India on the other hand is having all of these in a very good place. So if any kind of war happens, it is us, we are going to lose a lot than the Pakistan, which has already lost lot of things, lot of areas in its own domain. So it is very important that when India goes to the war, it has to also see that what kind of areas that it will get affected with no reason. Okay, right. Let us now talk about what is India's no first use policy versus Pakistan's full deterrence policy. Currently, as we know that many parts of the world we are seeing wars are happening. If you talk about Israel and Hamas, if you talk about Russia and Ukraine, if you talk about Syrian civil war, if you talk about South Korean crisis, and if you also talk about India and China, the aggression that China shows, and now if we talk about India and Pakistan, so the world is grappling with what war. Similar situation is also there with India and Pakistan at this point of time. After the Pahalgam terrorist attack, Indians as such, we are very sure that we are not going to remain silent. So all the world and also Pakistan is expecting that we may be retaliating in response to the Pahalgam terrorist attack. Okay, but Pakistan will not simply give up without a fight. This is also true because they are getting a lot of support from China and also from the Turkey, and the various political leadership where there is also saying that we will give a very heavy response if India attacks Pakistan. So here one important point that you have to understand, India will not remain silent. Of course, we have to find a way to make sure that Pakistan don't repeat all of this in a very deterrent manner. Pakistan is also not giving up without a fight. The most alarming why we are discussing this lecture means we are talking about here nuclear weapons. Both the countries are having nuclear weapons, and you know the impact of nuclear weapons already we have seen in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It has been there since 100 years with radioactive emissions and whatever the loss of life, the large scale mass extinction of human population over there, and the various productive levels of the soil have decreased over a period of time. Along with that, various abnormalities, fetal abnormalities with regard to the women and the children were born later on. So the impact of nuclear weapons and the atomic bombs are not so simple. They will just destroy the complete ecosystem of a particular area. Right. So if India and Pakistan go to war, then both of them are having nuclear weapons. Now the question here is that who are using that particular nuclear weapons at what period of time? So India follows. If we talk about India first, India follows no first use policy. Basically, it is very clear that if India is attacked with nuclear weapon, then India will attack back with a nuclear weapon. If Pakistan is fighting with India with only army, navy or air force, India will also do the same thing. But India, in any case, how much loss if at all happens in India also, we are not going to use nuclear weapons because we understand the value of human beings, we understand the value, the culture that is imbibed in our, okay, in us over a period of time does not give any kind of mental thought process also to kill civilians in any manner. And nuclear bomb, when you drop in anywhere, not only extinguish all the army personnel, but it kills a lot of animals, a lot of plants, and also what, human beings which are civilians, right? So India's no use policy means India in any case in the war does not use the nuclear weapon. Whereas if you see the Pakistan here, Pakistan does not follow such a policy. Pakistan follows full spectrum deterrence. Spectrum is nothing but wide range of whatever the arsenal you are having, the weapons you are having. Pakistan going to use all of them. Okay. Instead of no first use policy, Pakistan has adapted right of full spectrum deterrence. Means if it is attacked even with a minor, like just like a Uri operation, okay, or Balakot operation, Pulwama operation, whatever the operation, surgical strike we have done, even if the simple strike also India have done, Pakistan can use nuclear weapons against India, because Pakistan does not actually have any grounds of qualification with regard to use of nuclear weapons. Okay, they have kept everything open ended, nothing but a small attack or major attack, whatever attack it is, they are going to decide when they are going to use a nuclear weapon. This is completely a very big problem with regard to India and Pakistan war, and also the nuclear weapon scenario of two countries. Now if you talk about who controls the nuclear weapons in Islamabad, okay, if at all war happens, where the command of releasing that particular nuclear weapons will rest. Basically, every country does not actually say that where is the command center of a nuclear weapons usage. All the countries are having classified information. But as we know that our RAI is very, very good than the ISI. So we are having this information that Pakistan nuclear weapon facility is being controlled by Nuclear National Command Authority, which is chaired by Prime Minister. It was established in 2000 to monitor the growing nuclear stockpile in Pakistan itself. This particular authority, National Command Authority, consists of Prime Minister, President, Home Minister, Defense Minister, and commanders of Army, Navy, and Air Force. The responsibility to launch the nuclear weapon rests completely with the military. They have to use it. But who is going to sign to use this particular nuclear weapons is Pakistan President or Prime Minister. Both of them should say yes, please use it. Then the responsibility lies with what? Military of Pakistan. And one important GK here, Pakistan scientist Abdul Khadir Khan is also called as father of Pakistan nuclear weapons. He has done a lot of transfer of technology with regard to nuclear weapons to other countries, nuclear technology to other countries. But later on, the government of Pakistan has resolved all of these issues. Now they are not actually what I say is that proliferating the nuclear technology to any other countries. Okay. Now, which India and Pakistan, which has more weapons, nuclear weapons we are talking about, and if you see India is having around 172 and Pakistan is having 170, it is according to Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Okay, India basically focuses not only on manufacturing of nuclear weapons, but we also try to develop Agni missiles, long range missiles, Prithvi missiles, etc., so and so forth. But Pakistan complete missile development is basically focuses only on India. And one important point here that all of us has to understand, that both Pakistan and India does not actually sign a nuclear non-proliferation treaty. Nuclear non-proliferation treaty is nothing but one country cannot be using nuclear weapons, cannot be using nuclear technology to any other country until and unless this particular treaty partners will give permission. As because both the countries does not sign this particular treaty, now Pakistan has got what? Full free hand to use nuclear weapons. This is one important point. Please remember this. So do we have any international charter or international any obligation on the countries whether to use nuclear weapons or not? Means yes, we do have, but it is up to the country whether they actually follow these charters or not. So if you talk about, for example, UN Charter states that nuclear attack disrupt peace and can incite other countries to war. So this is one point. So UN Charter says that please don't use indirectly nuclear weapons. Not only that, several actions has also several rules has also been established in this charter with regard to nuclear weapons. Under Geneva Convention also, nuclear attacks are on non-military areas on civilians are completely prohibited. So if Pakistan try to drop any bomb at Delhi or Mumbai or my city Hyderabad, then it means what, it has intentions of killing what, civilian, and these particular places also are non-military areas, right? So at that time India can go to this particular international court of justice, and under this charter India can summon Pakistan and get the justice done. I hope this is all clear to you. Do subscribe to the channel, share with all of your friends, and do join our courses. Mentorship is very path breaking mentorship that we are having. We have produced the toppers this year also with the help of mentorship and mains test series and answer writing practice. You can join by calling to this particular number. Have a demo session, see that how it goes, whether it fits into your strategy. Then it is like a course that you have to opt for, because career one or the other day everyone has to make it. So if you want to make your career, then you have to invest in it. So do make sure that you do it and get your career on track. Thanks a lot for hearing to me. Take care. Bye bye.